welcome to today's episode of Live from Wendy's Kitchen Corner. It's been probably almost a year since I've posted here, but I've got some thoughts I want to share in light of what's going on in the world. And the title of my talk, I guess you'd call it, is Can Good Come from the Coronavirus? And just like I'm sure every single person on this planet right now, this last week has been insane. I have had so much fear around what's going on, moments of panic and depression, anxiety, and I've just been trying to sort through it myself. And I wanted to share with you guys some thoughts that have come to me and have comforted me. And actually a few of them came from listening to a podcast this morning with my favorite speaker, teacher, guru, Dr. Gabor Mate. He was talking to Russell Brand, and he was talking about what's going on in the world. And he was saying that the trauma from the pandemic is not just the fear of getting sick or the fear of the economic implications, but the trauma that's going on, or the panic that's going on, triggers trauma that's already in us. Trauma from childhood, trauma from bad relationships. So this stuff that's going on in the world right now, not only is it extremely stressful, it's triggering something inside of us. Now that may sound like something completely awful, but it actually can be good, because triggers point the way to where healing still needs to happen. So I'll give you an example for me. I have been extremely fearful about what's been going on, and I've realized, of course, yes, it is scary and I need to take the precautions, but I also realize it's triggering some really horrible memories of when Kaya was hospitalized and had pneumonia and all the fear around that, and I didn't know if she was going to be okay. So it showed me that I need to do some work there. That was such a scary experience, and I still need healing. It's triggering emotions around being powerless. There were times in my life when I felt powerless, and so I know I need to do some work there, do some writing, do some sharing, talking through it with a friend or counselor. Not right now a counselor, but so this panic that's triggering your trauma is an opportunity for you to look inside of the trauma that's already there and talk about it, write it down, work on healing. Can we work on healing in the midst of a pandemic? I say yes, we can. I say that healing journey can continue, even though right now things seem so crazy. So that's one positive that can come. This pandemic is pointing us to our trauma that still needs healing. So spend the time you're in your home right now to work on that healing, to pray for healing, to pray for help. Because I truly believe that God wants us healed and whole. That's my belief deep inside my core. And I believe God can even use a pandemic to help that happen. So that's one way I think good can come from this pandemic. Another thing that Gabor Mate talked about to Russell Brand was that this type of thing, this type of feeling, this uncertainty, this not knowing about jobs, not knowing about food, people live like this every day in the world. Every single day of their lives. But we don't care because it doesn't affect us. Yes, we care for a second. And I am completely just as not at fault, I don't want to use that word, but I do this as well. Because it's too far, it's cognitive dissonance. If it's not in our face, we don't have to think about it. This feeling that we're having right now, wondering about protecting our children, there's people in Syria, there's people in Africa, there's people in India. That's there every day. Could this pandemic make us more compassionate people? Could it cause us, once this is over, to make it a daily part of our lives to help others in need? Because now we know how that feels. Yes, I'm getting emotional. So that's another thing. Could this pandemic make us more compassionate people? So number one, I'm a teacher, so I like to sum it up. Number one, could it help us heal from our trauma? I believe yes. Number two, could it help us become more compassionate people to other people around the world? Yes, I believe it can. And the third thing that I wanted to talk about is could it change how we see life and make life more simple and more peaceful and less distracted and complicated? As many of you know, I have a beautiful daughter who's been diagnosed with autism, and from the moment the world knew that she was different, we were kicked out of this world. My reality became different than every other person's reality that I knew, except when I finally met other moms who have children with autism or other special needs. When you have a child with autism, you cannot go to a restaurant any old time. You can't just put them in school without worry of being called and having to pick them up, or being told they pulled someone's hair or they touched someone on the face because they can't talk. I mean, my life, up until I had my panic attack a year ago, where it recalibrated absolutely everything, and I liken this experience in the world to my panic attack. It's a recalibration. But up until that time, I was so stressed out trying to live like everyone else in this world, when my path was not like everyone else. I would put Kaya in school. I tried for 2.5 years. Every day getting called, every day told something negative. We tried to go to play groups. Things would go wrong. Now she's doing amazingly better now, and it's just a joy. But for so many years, I tried to be normal. I tried to keep the old way of life, and I couldn't, and it caused me stress. So last year, when I had my panic attack, and it was like, God's way of saying, okay, Wendy, it's not your path anymore. You can't keep trying to live in the old world. You have a different path. You have a different world. You have a different reality. And so I started creating a new reality. I had to think outside of the box. Just as right now, all of us, our old world, it's done. It's gone. It may never be the same. So we need to start creating a new world, a better world, a world where maybe we're less distracted. Maybe our life is simple. My life is really simple now. In fact, I've laughed with many of my friends that the social distancing life is pretty much like my daily life. They make fun of me. But you know what? It's really coming in handy right now. So could this pandemic cause us to create a new way of living, a new way of thinking? I believe it can. So I encourage you guys today, yes, it is so scary, and we desperately need to keep away from people and wash our hands and follow all the rules and be safe. But at the same time, could good come out of this scary experience? Could we heal more from trauma? Could we become more compassionate people? Could we create a simpler, more kind, loving, gentle way of life to our bodies and to the earth? I say yes. So today, I just encourage everyone, let's start thinking outside of the box. Let's let the old world go. It's gone. Let's just let it go. This is our new reality. And let's together create a better world for ourselves, for our children, and for anyone else on this planet, because we all deserve, every single person on this planet deserves safety in their life. Could we make that happen for more people because of this? Because we now know fear. I think we can. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for this world. And I really believe in my heart good can come from this. Will you believe with me? Will you pray with me that God will make good come from this? I think that would be amazing. Okay, have a great day. Enjoy your day. Let's make it a special day.